Good afternoon, and welcome to Gimme Some Sugar Baking with Steven. Thank you for joining me this afternoon. Hope everybody's doing good out there, staying safe, and having good vibes on this Sunday afternoon. So today, you're in for a special treat. This is a cookie that is so dear to my heart. It's so many memories that come with this cookie. When I eat it, I think about people in my life who had loved this cookie so much that they made it, and they made it for me, and I loved it in return. So it is the Oatmeal Raisin-Pecan Cookie. Now, granted, oatmeal raisin cookies are not always everyone's favorite. You always have your chocolate chip group and your oatmeal raisin group and those in between. But I love oatmeal raisin cookies because they can be soft, they can be crispy. They always have that warmth, that spice, that butter going on. And I think it's an explosion for the mouth. So I love it. We come back, we're going to start. I'm going to show you step by step how to make the ultimate oatmeal raisin pecan cookie after commercial break. See you when I get back. Okay, welcome back to Give Me Some Sugar Baking with Steven. So we're going to start our oatmeal raisin pecan cookie. And it's a very simple recipe. I know everyone has a recipe in their family or someone they know or off the oatmeal raisin cookie box or something that they just kind of adapted over the years. This is the ultimate because you combine raisins and your toasted pecans. So raisins, toasted pecans is a winner for me. So we're going to start with the ingredients. We have 2 cups of oatmeal. Oatmeal can be either old-fashioned oats or quick cooking oats, the 1-minute oats, okay? I have no preference. You can use whatever you have on hand. 1 cup of pecans chopped, 1 cup of all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon of kosher salt, a 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, a 1/2 teaspoon of ground cinnamon, 1/8 teaspoon of freshly ground nutmeg, 3/4 cups, which equals 1 1/2 sticks of unsalted butter, again at room temperature. Remember, all dairy must be at room temperature. 3/4 cup of packed light brown sugar, 1/4 cup of granulated sugar, 1 large egg at room temperature, 1 tablespoon of pure maple syrup. 2 tablespoons of pure maple syrup, and 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract or paste, and 1 cup of raisins. You can use cranberries as well too if you like dry cranberries. Okay, let's get started. So we have our mixer bowl here, and we're all ready to add our ingredients. I'm gonna go ahead and add the butter to the bowl. So 1 1/2 sticks of butter, I have 2 sticks that I had out all night. So now they're nice and soft. Room temperature is definitely there. I'm gonna go ahead and add 1.5 sticks to the bowl. See what I'm doing. And this cookie is just, I'm telling you, the best cookie you're ever going to eat in your life because I made it. And that's the point. When you make things at home or, you put your love and your time in things, it always turns out to be the best, right? So take your time, use quality ingredients, and you'll always have the best cookie or best anything if you make it. Okay, so 1.5 sticks of butter to the mixing bowl. And to that bowl, we're going to add the sugar, the white and brown sugar is already pre-measured already, okay? Put that into the bowl. And what we're going to do, we're going to cream these together, the sugars and the brown sugar and the butter together. And we're going to beat this for about 5 minutes so it's nice and light and fluffy, okay? Go ahead and on your lowest speed, oh, the hell I plug in my mixer, right? All right. Start on 2. You can see the mixture. It's coming together. That's it. And by doing this, you're actually combining the sugar and the butter. You're creaming those two things together so they can become one, right? And once you have the consistency after 5 minutes of a nice brown color, it's nice and light and fluffy, then we'll go ahead and add our 1 egg, okay? Okay, so after that, we have 1 egg. I'm going to go ahead and crack that. Remember, always crack your eggs in a bowl. Never crack the egg from shell to bowl, mixing bowl. Always crack it in a separate bowl before you add the egg, because you don't want to get an eggshell in the bowl and you can't get it out. So always use a bowl. Okay? That's coming along nice and great. You can see the mixture. And by having ingredients at room temperature like butter and eggs, it makes the blending process very simple and very consistent and very thorough. So you don't have to worry about having lumps in your batter or some things that get mixed up. You want to have consistency in your baking. So room temperature is the key to that. Okay. All right. And then I'm going to go ahead and add an egg. Add my egg. You see that? So this cookie is very simple. It's quick, and it comes together real easy. And once you make the recipe, you'll always make this recipe. You'll never go to any other recipe. And I've learned. I've tried millions and millions of oatmeal raisin cookie recipes, and some have left me kind of let down. I was kind of disappointed. You know, I had high hopes for it, and then I ate it. I was like, I've had better cookies, right? You know, we all been there, had something you thought was really good, and you ate it. Like, this is okay. You had better. So this recipe here is going to give you bulletproof results each time, okay? So now that butter, sugar, and egg are coming together nicely, I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of maple syrup, pure maple syrup. And measure, all right? You have to measure. You can't eyeball. I'm going to turn my mixer down low speed when I add this. I don't want to get splattered with maple syrup. And we're going to add the vanilla. Pure vanilla extract. No imitation. Never. Or we can't be friends, okay? And Gimme Some Sugar, we are very strict on using pure extracts. Do not come over here or try to entice us with imitation because it's cheap. We're not having it. Our taste buds are not having it. So always use pure vanilla extract. Okay? So now the mixture is coming together. Now, mind you, that's just butter, sugar, eggs, maple syrup, and vanilla already. And it smells wonderful. It smells like a great perfume of vanilla and maple syrup and sugar, brown sugar. So if you were here, you could smell it. It smells wonderful. So now, with that being said, I'm going to stop the mixer for a minute, bring it down. I'm going to scrape my sides, because sometimes the mixer don't always get all the goodness that's on the sides. You got to do your part too, right? Okay, great. And to that now, I have the flour, which is already pre-measured, and baking soda in the bowl. And to that, I'm going to add the salt. So we have kosher salt. I like kosher salt because it's flat and it gives you a better palate on, taste on the palate when you have salt in your desserts. So into the flour goes the salt. Also, we have our cinnamon and our nutmeg here already pre-measured. You can see that. That also goes into the bowl. And now I'm going to go ahead with my mini whisk. I'm going to whisk that together just to combine them in my bowl. And now I'm going to add that to the mixture in the mixer. And you always start when you add flour to stay in the mixing bowl, never have the speed on high. Always have it on low, like stir at the lowest speed, because you don't want to be wearing flour on your clothes, on your face. Not a good look. Now, if you are into that kind of look, by any means necessary, go ahead and knock yourself out. However, that's not a look that I want. So low speed always. Okay. Add the flour. Okay. Great. And I'm going to crank her back up. We're going to take our time on low speed. And then after low speed, you can crank it up a notch or two, get the batter going. Such an easy cookie, bulletproof. You can't mess it up. You can follow step by step in the recipe. That's it. Don't overmix. All right. Now I'm going to go ahead and add our final ingredients, which is going to be the oatmeal, which is already pre-measured. In this recipe, I use quick oats because I like quick oats. I like the texture because it's chopped down. Sometimes, with old-fashioned oats, the oats are big and hard to chew, which is fine if you're making a bowl of oatmeal. You want that rustic taste, but for this cookie, I like having a small oat when I bite into it. So quick oats are the ones I'm using today. Into the bowl we go. I'm going to go ahead and crank her back up. Again, on low speed. The oatmeal is coming together with the flour and the butter and the sugar and eggs. It's doing this thing. And that's it. And then we're going to add our raisins. Now, some people like to add raisins, and some people like to add dried cranberries, like raisins, or any kind of dried fruit. You can do whatever you want. It doesn't have to be an oatmeal raisin cookie. It could be an oatmeal cranberry cookie. It could be an oatmeal dried apricot cookie. It could be anything you want. Have fun with it. Mix it up. Just because it's a oatmeal cookie doesn't have to be a raisin cookie. So you have liberty to do what you like in your kitchen. So for my kitchen, I have raisins. Always have raisins on hand, so I'm going to use raisins. Okay? That into the bowl. There you go. And I also have toasted pecans, okay, which I've already toasted already on a cookie sheet at 425 degrees for about 6 minutes. And you gotta be careful because when you're toasting nuts in the oven on a cookie sheet, they can turn dark very fast. So you have to be very present with the oven. Don't leave the room, don't sit on the couch. Be present with the oven because you can smell when they start to turn darker. You can smell it. So just be mindful when you're toasting nuts or any kind of nut to be, present with your oven when you're doing it. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and add these toasted nuts to the bowl. Okay. You can see how she looks already with just the raisins and the toasted pecans. I'm going to mix it up. Perfect. And guess what? That's it. Now, some people chill the batter. If you have time, awesome. Chill it. If you don't, you're still going to get an awesome cookie. Because I think what happens when you chill the batter overnight, it just makes all the flavors meld together even better and just intensify. So you have a better tasting cookie. But if you're short on time, you don't have to chill it. This is a very sturdy cookie, so I think it can withstand the chilling process. Or you can skip it altogether. So now I'm going to go ahead and take my bowl off the mixer. And I'm going to grate my beater. We want all of that goodness into our cookie. We don't want nothing missing. We want every drop of that goodness, from the cinnamon to the nutmeg to the raisins to the butter, the brown sugar, the vanilla, everything that we put in it, we want it. We don't want nothing getting trapped on this blade here. So we want to scrape it with a little spatula. Like, again, having a whole bunch of different spatulas in your kitchen, different sizes, comes in handy when you're doing different things, because like this, I couldn't use this big old spatula on this. I could, but it's cumbersome. So it's nice to have a smaller one to guide you and to go in the crevices and get what you need out of it. Okay, so got that. And now I'm going to go ahead and get my cookie sheet. So I have to use a cookie sheet. You don't never have to grease a cookie sheet, because if you grease a cookie sheet, your cookie will be burnt on the bottom. We don't want no burnt bottom cookie. So always bake cookies on ungreased cookie sheet. Okay? And so now the batter has been formed. You can see how it looks. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to scrape the side of the bowl. Give it one more mix to ensure everything is combined evenly. Okay, so we're good to go here. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start my cookie sheet. Okay, great. So I know people don't have all the tools in the house to do all the things you want to do, but if you just buy one thing at a time, you'd be amazed what you collect over the years, right? And this right here is my best baking gadget. This was a gift that was gifted to me years ago, and I just keep it as like my favorite thing to use. It's an ice cream scooper. It's a mini ice cream scooper, right? So when you're making cookies, you always want uniform shape and size. You don't want one cookie that's like a rectangle and one that's like a square or a circle. So to ensure you have consistency, again, that's the key word for the day, consistency. Use an ice cream scoop for your cookies, because you're going to get the same shape from your dough. So I'm going to take my scoop and I'm going to scoop into the batter. It's a little thing that make your job easy, right? Okay, so go ahead so you can see what I'm doing. Perfect. One. And never, ever, ever crowd your cookie sheet. While it may be tempting, you say, oh, I have all this space left. I can put about 4 more cookies on there. Don't do it. Don't do it, because what happens is that the cookies need room to spread out. So usually, rule of thumb is 12 cookies per sheet. Okay? So I'm doing that. So yeah, don't overcrowd your pan, because you'll have misshaped cookies. And people are going to be sad looking at you like, it's not a cookie, it's like a biscuit. We don't want no biscuit. Now, biscuits are good, but we don't want that right now. We want cookies. So take your time in doing things, use the right tools, and you'll get a perfect cookie each time you make them. Okay. 2. So right now I'm at 9. I got 3 more to go. That's it. And while it's tempting for me to add 2 more, squeeze 3 more in there, I'm not going to do it, because it's always going to backfire. Okay. And you make sure the cookies are not close to the edge of the pan. You need them to spread out and not hit that edge. If it hits the edge of the pan, it's going to become square on the end, not round. Okay. All right, so we got our first batch of cookies going into the oven. I'll show you how they look on the cookie sheet before baking. Boom, here you go. And it goes into the oven for about 10 minutes for 10 minutes on 350. Don't overcook them all either, because if you overcook the cookies, they become hard and crispy and like granola. So sometimes it's better just to do 10 minutes, and if it looks like it's not done in the middle, it will cook when it takes out the oven and cool down. So here we go, into the oven. All right. So that was easy, right? So we're gonna wait for about 10 minutes. We're gonna have some awesome goodness. The house is gonna smell like a bakery automatically because with cinnamon and spice and all that's nice, you can't go wrong. So that's what you're gonna get, a bakery in here. In about 10 minutes, it's gonna smell like a bakery. So yeah, so that is our cookie recipe. Let's go for some questions. Who's out there? Sounds delicious. Well, thank you, Kendra. Thank you. It is delicious. Hi, Izzy. How are you? Happy Sunday. Hey, Charles. What's going on, sir? You got everything right now except oatmeal and pecans. All right, so now you got to make a special trip to the store to get some oatmeal and some pecans. You got raisins, right? All right. I don't have a professional mix like that, so what's the best way to cream the ingredients together? On low, using a hand blender? That's a good question. I'm so glad you brought that up. When baking, we never, ever, ever, ever use a blender. Now, a hand mixer, yes. But a blender, no. And let me show you what I have. Hold on 1 second. So you can use a hand mixer all day. That's fine. But do not use a blender. Don't use a Vitamix. Don't use a Ninja. Don't use a NutriBullet, because you cannot do the same thing when you're baking. So this is fine all day. You know, if you don't have this, you can use this. So, but no blenders and no Vitamix, no Ninjas and NutriBullets. No. Yes, I said the same thing. So get ready. It's coming your way. It's coming your way. Yes. What is my favorite cookie? Oh my God, by far, this is my favorite cookie because it brings up so much nostalgia for me in a way. I remember this cookie very fondly because my mom's girlfriend, Miss Desiree, she made the best oatmeal raisin cookies ever. As a child, I remember that so fondly to this day. I still remember her cookie. Every time I make this cookie, I think of her because I'm always trying to replicate what I tasted as a child so many years ago. But this is by far my best, our favorite cookie, you should say. So yes, oatmeal raisin for the win. Now, I like chocolate chip, like everybody else do, but right, I see you too. But sometimes I just like a different taste, and that's what I like. Yep, chocolate chip. Okay, all right. Yes, we love fresh baked cookies. I do too, Izzy. It's just a comfort, right? It's a comfort when someone bakes you something fresh and petite. You know, it's a little treat just for you. So cookies are the way to go. Yes. So out of this recipe, how many cookies can I get out of this recipe? I think right here, I can get about 2 dozens. Again, this is why this scoop is so imperative to have, because you're not using a teaspoon or a spatula. You're using a uniform ice cream scoop. So you can get about, I still have batter in here. So I can get about 12 more, maybe 15, 16 more cookies. So about 2 dozens, a little over. Yes. Sometimes my cookies are really brown at the bottom and perfect on the top. Why is that? Because it could be the cookie sheet itself. Now, this is a good question too. Thank you for that, Kendra. Cookie sheets are finicky. Sometimes you can have a great one. Sometimes you can have such a bad one. When I say bad, I mean it could be a cheap metal. It could be just not a good metal. The one right here, that's a good metal. This one here, also good. Okay, it can hold heat. And it's going to cook the cookie thoroughly, top and bottom. It's not going to, like you say, overcook them on the bottom and perfect on the top. It's going to make them all around perfect. So I think what it is just the metal. Some people swear by pans they had for years, or cookie pans that were passed down in their family, or that were heirlooms, or people just passed them on with their mom and their grandmom, and they make the perfect. We all have that family member that passed that pot down that makes the best this or makes the best that. And cookie sheets are the same way. So I think just trial and error. Once you find a cookie sheet that you love and that you like, stick with it. Don't change it, because the moment you change it up is when that cookie's gonna change. You're gonna be so mad. So invest in a good cookie sheet. Once you find it, stick with it. Okay. Next question. Anytime. That's why I'm here, right? Baking with Steven. Get some sugar. Boom. I'm gonna check my cookies right now. See how they're coming out. They're doing their thing. They're doing their thing. So it'll be no time. I'm definitely using a cheap pan. Listen, dear Kendra, my beloved. Like someone always told me years ago, it always costs a few bucks to go first class. So you know what? If you got a few bucks more, you can afford it. Get the the better pan, because your results will always thank you. It's going to show when you cook. All the time, it's going to show that, you know what, that really came out awesome, like a restaurant or a bakery. So it's all about the cookware. I'm all about having the best of the best in the kitchen, because when I'm cooking food, when I'm inviting people over for dinner or whatever I'm doing, I want people to be, satisfied and just realize that I had a real good meal at his house, or I had a real piece of cake that was like, yeah, that was good. So it all comes down to the tools of the trade. So get that better pan, Kendra. I'm gonna be checking on you. Make sure you got it too. All right. Is this a learned recipe you acquired from someone else or your personal? I actually acquired it from someone. I made some tweaks along the way, so that's cute. Kind of made my own, from it. I kind of add some things and tweak some things, and some things I didn't tell you what I put it in, because I can't give you all my recipe secrets. So but that's the basis for the cookie right there. Good question. Thank you, Q. Izzy said, Kendra, I won't even mention when I get my pans. Izzy, I'm scared too. Don't even say nothing. I don't want to know. Don't go there. Don't go there. Oh my goodness. So yeah, man. So these cookies are really good. Don't take time to cook. Yes, you have to use the best to get the best results. And listen, it only costs a few bucks to go first class. Like they always say, if you got it, pay for it. Go up class. Go first class, Oh, you're welcome, Kill. You're welcome. Thank you for joining us today. I appreciate you being here with us. I appreciate that. Thank you. We all out here using them cheap pans. Everybody, look, I'm going to report y'all. I'm telling you, don't use cheap pans. Use quality pans, quality ingredients. Your food will thank you. I will thank you. Okay, so remember that. Let me check on my cookies one more time and see what's going on. Perfect. About 8 more minutes. We should be pulling them out the oven. And that's what I love about cookies. They take no time to make. They're easy. They're breezy. And you don't have to feel overwhelmed. You can't mess with a cookie. If you stay on it, look at your time, look how you space the cookies on the cookie sheet, you'll have an excellent cookie every time. But you can't, again, with baking, you can't walk away and forget about it. You gotta be with it, you gotta be present. Cooking, you can leave something on the stove and have it in the pot and walk away and come back at it still doing its thing. But baking is a total different ballgame. You got to be present. So Kendra, you said, what is the worst cookie I've ever had? Oh my goodness, that's a good question. Yeah, I got one. Yeah, unfortunately. I had a peanut butter cookie recently. I had such high hopes for it. It looked great. It had, peanut butter chips. It had peanut butter in the batter. It had things visually appealing to me. When I took my first bite, it crumbled. It was just dry. It had no texture. It was like sandpaper. I tasted a hint of peanut butter, but it wasn't really the flavor I thought I was going to get. So, unfortunately, that was the worst cookie I've ever had, Kendra. Sorry. Yeah. So, I got some exciting news coming out this week. I'm not going to reveal it yet, but some exciting news. Give me some sugar. So, if you guys stay tuned on Instagram and Facebook, you'll see what's happening next. We'll give me some sugar, and everyone can actually be part of it. So stay tuned. I don't want to reveal because it's a big surprise, and I don't want to jinx it. So, but once I reveal it, hopefully this week, you will see. Give me some sugar. All right, so that's it. So what's on the menu today for people? What's on Sunday's dinner menu today? Who's cooking what? Who's having what? You just can't have cookies, right? You gotta have some food for those cookies, right? So what's the deal? What's the food for the night? Because when I grew up, Sunday was Sunday dinner day. I'm sure like a lot of you guys here, that was the day you eat with your family. You have a big meal. I miss those days because now I don't have time for that. I don't have time to really go all out. And it's just me and my husband here, so I don't have time to cook, and we don't eat that much anyway. Undecided tonight. Well, what time is it back there? It's 5:35. Charlie, you better get on it. Hold on, let me check on cookies. Hold on. Now, another tip when you're making cookies is halfway through the process, when you're checking them, open the oven, turn the cookie sheet around 360. This way, it's letting the air circulate around the pan and making sure the air is getting even brown. Now, if you don't do it, no big deal, but that's a trick I'm going to tell you. Turn the cookie sheet halfway around during the process. So I'm going to turn it right now. Yeah, they're coming together really good. It's about 3 more minutes, and we are going to have the best cookies. Yeah, it's about to be 6 o'clock. You're going to be starving. Oh, God. Kendra, I have tricks, but again, I never bake cookies from scratch. You can't mess up frozen cookie dough. Listen, Izzy, Kendra, y'all gotta get it, ladies, y'all got to get it together. Y'all gotta listen, baking is not intimidating. Just know what you're doing and be present with it and do it and have confidence in what you do. Okay? I guarantee you, both of y'all can make cookies from scratch. That's why you got me to help you guys do it. I need to run out and grab some fish. All right, what kind of fish you gonna have? That sounds good. You know what? I'll end up eating half a cookie dough before I bake it. You know what? And you better not do that because you get salmonella poison because the eggs and the cookie. Don't do that, Kendra. I'm gonna get you. Don't do that. Hey, Monica. Thank you for joining us. You catching the best part. It's almost done. Stephen Thurn, I will try. You better try. All right. Let me check again. Right. So about 2 more minutes. We're gonna have some cookies. Well, they gotta cool down first. Never eat no hot cookies. Save you some cookies. All right. I see you. I'm gonna save you some cookies, Monica. I'm gonna try peanut butter cookies here. Okay. And for the longest time when I was a kid, I never liked peanut butter cookies. But I got older, my taste started to change. So I'm here for peanut butter cookies. I'm here for them. No discrimination on peanut butter. Thank you so much. I love my kitchen too. I love it too. We got this house built a couple years ago, and that was the focus point of the house, like the kitchen. Like I wanted it to be an oasis for me to do my thing, and for me to share people in, to bring people in so they can feel part of the experience when I'm cooking. So now here we go, fast forward 3 years later, and here we are on Give Me Some Sugar Baking with Stephen on Feel Good Talk. So thank you, Kendra. Love any cookies with pecans. Me too. Pecans is life, okay? I mean, walnuts are good, but pecans have a special place in my heart. So I'm with you guys on that one. All right. You love peanut butter. Of course you love peanut butter. You love peanut butter, Chuck. All right. I'm going to pull these out. They are gorgeous. They are gorgeous. Perfect, 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 perfect. I mean, I try to be perfect when I do stuff, you know. I have high expectations of myself, but because, you know, people always expect me to be the best, and I got to bring it all the time. So, you know, when people challenge you to do things, you're actually honing your craft, you know, like Kobe. You know, you're just doing boom, boom, boom. You know, even if you mess up, I can never like let that mess up get me down. I gotta get back and try it again. So that's our result. I wish you guys could smell how wonderful it smells in here. It looks awesome, right? You can see the cookies. So now we're gonna let them cool on the cookie sheet for about a minute or two. And we're gonna transfer them from the cookie sheet to a wire rack to cool completely. So use this cookie sheet right here. I'm gonna use my rack. And this way, you have your little your cooling contraption going on here. And now I'm gonna wait about a minute and see what happens when they start to cool down. They start to deflate a little bit. So one thing about me, I don't like thick, puffy cookies. Cakey. I like a nice thin cookie with a crispy edge and a chewy center. That's my preference on cookies. Crispy edges, chewy centers. That's what I want. So when I'm making cookies, I'm always trying to achieve that result at each time. Okay. So this pan is still hot, so I'm going to use my mat, or better yet, I'm going to use a towel. I'm left-handed. If you didn't see that already, I'm going to take my first cookie. Put it on the rack. They make everything for right-handed people in this world. I tell you, I just have to adjust all the time, my whole life. But you get used to it, not complaining, right? See how fast that was? You see how fast you can have homemade cookies in your own house if you want to do that? You know, so stop buying that Toll House cookie dough or that Pillsbury dough. Leave that stuff in the market on the shelf where it belongs. Because they know people are lazy and don't want to do it. And they don't want, or they can't do it, or they're scared to do it. You ain't got to be scared no more. Make your own cookies. Point blank. I'm going to use this same pan. Take the next batch. Okay. And there we go. Let me bring my camera down. You can see the final cookie. Boom. Awesome. So I'm going to taste this cookie, right? Because what's the point of having a cookie you didn't taste it? I'm going to taste it. I'm sorry, y'all. But you know, I need some almond milk. Let me get some milk. Come on. You got to have cookies and now I'm not promoting nobody, but this is my favorite milk. So don't tell nobody. Unless they want to promote me and give me some sugar, you know, Blue Diamond, I'll be great to be your ambassador or spokesperson. So just saying, right? Just saying. So you gotta have a cookie with the milk. Okay. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. The picky bite is toe. Right, let me go for this one. See the bottoms? Perfect. See the top? Boom. You can't beat that. So you gotta be present, you gotta watch it. You can't walk away, you can't be on Facebook, on Instagram. You gotta be present with your baking products at all times to get the good results. Mm. Mm-mm. perfect marriage of spice, raisin, brown sugar, and the pecans. Awesome. So we're going to go to a commercial break. When we come back, we're going to talk about some more cookies and more things we're going to do with some sugar. So come back, grab a drink, grab a snack, and we'll talk more with some sugar baking with Steven. See you when we get back. Okay, welcome back. So, got a mouthful of oatmeal raisin cookies in my mouth, but you still have more dough, right? So we're gonna make some more. Okay. So again, this pan can make 12 cookies, a dozen at one time. Again, don't overcrowd your pan. Use a uniform ice cream scooper if you have one. If you don't have one, it's about $5. You can get them from Target, anywhere you go, Walmart. Really good cookie. I make some myself. Anytime you gotta do that, when you're, like that, you know it's good. I had a little girl, the girls in my neighborhood back when I was growing up used to talk. Yeah, I remember that little effect they used to do with their tongue. That's what I remember. That's my hair there. I do that myself. So about 6 cookies so far. And add 6 more to make 12. Okay. You probably can't see what I'm doing. Here we go. I think this cookie right here, for people who are chocolate chip cookie, connoisseurs or people who just love only chocolate chip, this cookie may convert you to be an oatmeal raisin cookie, person, because it has a lot of great notes and it hits a lot of things on the palate, and I think it may just knock your world, or actually rock your world, like Wanda used to say. Jamie Foxx on Living Color, I'm gonna rock your world. This cookie will rock your world. Okay. All right. So there we go. We got 12. So 2 dozen cookies. So it's an easy recipe, and also it stores very well too. It stores very well. So I don't know how long you want to store it. I think it's not going to last one day in someone's household. I know these last about a day or 2 over here, but it will store for about 3 or 4 days very well in an airtight container. Okay. So I'm going to get these in the oven. Okay. And guess what? I had a little bit over 2 dozen. So I probably need about 6 or 8 more out of that. Okay. And I'll put that aside. Okay. Any more questions out there? Wow. Wow is the word. Wow is correct. Wow with 6 W's, 7 W's. Yes, MVP. Most valuable player. Well, I thank you. I appreciate it. I'm honored. Who is going to eat all those cookies? You know what, Izzy? I have the slightest clue. I may know. Well, I know. Well, I didn't want to say it, but here she go. Monica said, me. Love you guys. You're funny. thin cookie with a crispy edge, like a pancake. Yes, yes. So, something about that crispiness on the edge that just rocks your world. You know what I'm saying? You don't want the same texture all the way through. You want different texture going on when you eat and stuff. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So good. I'll send you my address. Okay, just inbox me. I'll get it to you. All right. I think I heard the doorbell ring. It's Monica's show. You know what? Well, hold on. Let me answer the door. Monica, is that you? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Yes. Some ice cream will be awesome. No ice cream? I have some. Happy Sunday. Hey, Denise. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us. Thank you. Happy Sunday. Yes, Sunday. You know, Sunday is my favorite day of the week. It's a time to kind of just regroup and just chill, you know, because during Monday through Saturday is all hell break loose, you know, between working and responsibilities and, you know, getting some sugar. So it's like Sunday is like my time just to, you know, let it out and just cool out. And what a better opportunity to have my Sunday to be shared with you guys. So I like sharing my Sunday with you guys. So thank you for joining us. I do appreciate it. CJ said he wants chocolate chip cookie. Well, CJ may have to wait because today is Oatmeal Raisin Cookie Day. We don't do chocolate chip on this Sunday. Maybe next Sunday. We'll see. Hold tight, CJ. I might got something for you. You know. Mm-hmm. But that is the conclusion of our show. I thank you all for joining us today. It was a pleasure having you in my kitchen, in my home, creating some wonderful, Give Me Some Sugar Oatmeal Pecan Raisin Cookies. And you know what? Life is always sweeter when you have some sugar. Give me some sugar. Have a good day, everybody. Ciao.